Expanded perspectives on the soul's journey. As we dive deeper into the soul journey, it's essential to recognize that this path is more than just a metaphorical or symbolic process. It represents a dynamic and evolving journey, encompassing vast dimensions of human experience, from the emotional and psychological to the spiritual and metaphysical. The soul's journey is not merely a quest for self-discovery but a process of spiritual evolution, which can be understood through many lenses, such as mystical, metaphysical, or even scientific viewpoints. The soul's journey through consciousness. The soul journey is often described as a voyage through different levels of consciousness. Many spiritual traditions identify varying states of consciousness that the soul must pass through, either during life or after death. These states reflect different levels of awareness, understanding, and spiritual insight. As the soul evolves, it moves through these levels, gaining wisdom and shedding the layers of ego, ignorance, and attachment that keep it tethered to lower states of being. The three levels of consciousness. In certain mystical and esoteric traditions, the soul's journey can be understood in terms of three basic levels of consciousness. Waking consciousness, the most familiar state of consciousness, waking awareness, is where the individual experiences reality through the physical senses. In this state, the soul is often more focused on the material world, dealing with day-to-day concerns, responsibilities, and survival. The soul is still on its journey in this realm, but may be more distracted by the ego's desires and fears. Subconscious awareness. This state encompasses dreams, intuition, and the inner workings of the mind. Here, the soul encounters more symbolic and archetypal experiences. The subconscious mind can bring forward hidden fears, desires, and memories from both the current lifetime and previous incarnations. The soul may begin to access deeper truths about its journey, although these truths are often veiled by psychological patterns and unconscious fears. Superconsciousness, or higher awareness. At this level, the soul transcends the limitations of the physical senses and the ego. It connects to universal wisdom, love, and divine guidance. In this state, the soul sees the interconnectedness of all life and recognizes its own divine nature. This level of consciousness is often associated with mystical experiences, enlightenment, and a profound sense of unity with the cosmos. The ladder of consciousness. Many spiritual traditions describe the soul's journey as an ascent through a ladder of consciousness. Each rung of the ladder represents a higher level of spiritual awareness. The lowest rungs correspond to base emotions like fear, greed, and anger, while the higher rungs represent qualities like love, compassion, and wisdom. The soul's goal is to continually climb this ladder, releasing attachments to lower states and moving toward the higher, more enlightened realms of consciousness. The soul might climb and descend the ladder many times during a single lifetime, depending on the challenges it faces and the lessons it learns. The journey is not always linear. It is more of a spiral, where the soul revisits themes and experiences but from a deeper, more evolved perspective each time. Soul contracts and life purpose. As the soul embarks on its journey, it is believed by some that it does so with a specific purpose, often shaped by what is referred to as a soul contract. This concept suggests that, before incarnating in a new lifetime, the soul makes agreements with other souls and with the universe to fulfill particular roles and learn certain lessons. These contracts can involve family relationships, significant life events, and even major challenges or traumas. Pre-birth planning. According to the soul contract theory, souls choose their life circumstances before birth, including their parents, geographical location, major life events, and key relationships. This planning takes place in a spiritual realm, where the soul consults with guides, angels, or other advanced beings. The soul decides on the lessons it wishes to learn and the experiences it needs in order to grow. For example, a soul might choose to be born into a challenging family dynamic in order to develop compassion, patience, or resilience. Alternatively, a soul might agree to face physical illness or hardship to cultivate inner strength or to serve as a source of inspiration to others. Life's lessons and challenges. Throughout life, the soul is presented with opportunities to fulfill its contracts and learn its lessons. These opportunities often come in the form of challenges, difficulties, and even crises. However, these experiences are not viewed as punishments but as catalysts for growth. The soul's journey requires that we confront these challenges with courage, wisdom, and self-awareness, recognizing that each obstacle is a stepping stone towards spiritual evolution. Sometimes, life events feel overwhelming or unfair, but from the perspective of the soul's journey, even the most difficult experiences serve a higher purpose. These events are opportunities for the soul to grow beyond its current limitations, to awaken deeper truths, and to align more fully with its divine nature. Reincarnation and the cycles of the soul journey. Many spiritual traditions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, and certain forms of New Age thought, hold that the soul's journey is not limited to a single lifetime. Instead, the soul undergoes a series of reincarnations, each providing new opportunities for learning, growth, and karmic resolution. Reincarnation is seen as a cyclical process, where the soul is born into multiple lives to experience different lessons and progress towards spiritual liberation. Karma and the soul's evolution. In traditions that believe in reincarnation, karma plays a critical role in shaping the soul's journey. Karma is often understood as the universal law of cause and effect, where the actions, intentions, and decisions of the soul in one life influence the conditions of future incarnations. Both good and bad deeds generate karmic consequences that the soul must resolve in subsequent lifetimes. However, karma is not punitive. Instead, it serves as a learning tool that helps the soul evolve. The challenges and rewards we experience in each lifetime reflect the karmic choices we have made in the past. By understanding and resolving our karma, we can break free from the cycle of rebirth, samsara, and attain spiritual liberation. The concept of moksha or nirvana in Hinduism and Buddhism, the ultimate goal of the soul journey is to break free from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara, and achieve liberation, known as moksha in Hinduism and nirvana in Buddhism. Moksha represents the soul's return to its source, where it merges with the divine or universal consciousness, free from the illusions of ego and separation. In this state, the soul no longer needs to reincarnate, having completed its journey of learning and evolution. Moksha or nirvana is often described as a state of ultimate peace, joy, and unity with all that exists. It is the culmination of the soul's long and often arduous journey through lifetimes of learning, healing, and growth. Spiritual awakening, the soul's return to the source, while reincarnation and karma describe the long-term evolution of the soul across lifetimes. Many spiritual traditions also speak of the possibility of spiritual awakening within a single lifetime. Awakening refers to the realization of the soul's true nature and its unity with the divine. It is a moment of profound insight, where the illusions of the ego fall away, and the soul experiences its connection to the universe. The awakening process. Spiritual awakening often occurs gradually, as the soul progresses through various stages of realization. Early in the journey, the individual may become more aware of their inner world, noticing synchronicities, developing intuition, or experiencing moments of deep insight. Over time, these experiences deepen, leading to a more sustained sense of spiritual connection. For some, awakening comes in a sudden, dramatic shift in consciousness, often triggered by a major life event, such as a near-death experience, deep meditation, or a mystical encounter. In these moments, the individual may feel an overwhelming sense of oneness with the universe, an unshakable peace, or a profound understanding of life's mysteries. This can be life-changing, propelling the soul into a new level of awareness. Living in alignment with the soul. Once the soul awakens to its true nature, life becomes more about living in alignment with that truth. The soul seeks to express its divine nature in everyday life, moving away from fear, ego, and attachment toward love, service, and authenticity. Spiritual awakening is not the end of the journey, but a new beginning, where the soul's purpose becomes clearer, and life is lived with greater intention and mindfulness. In this phase of the journey, the soul often feels called to share its gifts with the world, whether through teaching, healing, creating, or simply being a source of love and compassion. The soul no longer seeks external validation, but is guided by an inner knowing of its true purpose. Conclusion: Embracing the infinite soul journey. The soul journey is vast, encompassing multiple lifetimes, dimensions, and levels of consciousness. It is a path that offers endless opportunities for growth, healing, and awakening. Whether we understand it through the lens of reincarnation, spiritual awakening, or personal transformation, the journey of the soul is one of continuous evolution toward greater love, wisdom, and unity. At its core, the soul journey reminds us that life is not a random series of events but a purposeful and meaningful process. Each experience, relationship, and challenge is a part of the soul's unfolding, guiding us ever closer to the realization of our divine nature. By embracing the soul's journey with awareness and intention, we can live more fully, more authentically, and more aligned with the highest truth of who we are. Deepening the understanding of the soul's journey. The soul's journey is an expansive concept, one that transcends time, space, and even our limited understanding of reality. It delves into the very essence of what it means to exist, asking us to confront fundamental questions about purpose, identity, and the nature of the universe. As we deepen our exploration of this mystical and philosophical concept, we discover that the soul's journey touches upon both the grand cosmic scale and the intimate, personal narrative of each individual. The role of free will in the soul's journey. One of the core questions that arises when discussing the soul's journey is the balance between destiny and free will. Many spiritual and religious traditions grapple with this tension. Are we fated to follow a certain path, or do we possess the freedom to shape our journey through choices and actions? Predestination and the cosmic plan. In some belief systems, particularly those with a strong emphasis on divine will, the soul's journey is seen as part of a preordained cosmic plan. According to this view, the soul agrees to a particular life path before incarnation, including specific challenges, relationships, and experiences that will guide its evolution. The soul's journey is, in essence, a fulfillment of this divine blueprint, and while individuals may experience the illusion of free will, their choices ultimately serve the larger purpose of the soul's growth as intended by a higher power. For example, in Hinduism, the concept of karma suggests that the circumstances of a person's life are the result of actions from past lives, creating a framework within which the soul must operate. These karmic patterns dictate much of the soul's path, though free will plays a role in how the individual responds to these predetermined challenges. Free will and creative power. On the other hand, many spiritual traditions and philosophies emphasize the soul's innate creative power and the ability to exercise free will in shaping its journey. In this perspective, the soul is not bound by a rigid destiny but is an active participant in the unfolding of its own narrative. Each choice the soul makes alters its course, opening new possibilities and closing others. This view empowers individuals to take responsibility for their actions, recognizing that they have the power to co-create their reality in collaboration with the universe. Spiritual teacher and author Neale Donald Walsch, in his Conversations with God series, posits that the soul uses free will to explore its highest potential, creating and recreating itself with every decision. This approach suggests that while the soul may have a general life purpose or direction, the specifics of how it achieves that purpose are fluid, determined by the choices and intentions of the individual. The soul's journey, in this sense, becomes an exercise in creativity, where the individual is constantly writing their story in real time, learning from each experience and adjusting their path as they go. This view acknowledges the soul's sovereignty while also recognizing that it is interconnected with the larger cosmic web, where free will interacts with the collective energy of the universe. Duality and the non-dual nature of the soul. An essential aspect of the soul's journey is the exploration of duality. Duality refers to the perception of opposites, light and dark, good and evil, joy and suffering, that define much of our human experience. The soul, through its many lifetimes and incarnations, learns to navigate this dualistic world, seeking balance and ultimately transcending the illusion of separation. The dance of light and shadow in our day-to-day lives, duality is a dominant force. We are constantly faced with choices that seem to pit one extreme against the other: love versus fear, attachment versus detachment, materialism versus spirituality. Part of the soul's journey involves learning to navigate these polarities and understanding that both are necessary for growth. The concept of the shadow, popularized by Carl Jung, represents the parts of ourselves that we reject or deny. These shadow aspects may include fears, insecurities, or desires that we are uncomfortable acknowledging. On the soul's journey, confronting and integrating these shadow aspects is crucial for personal and spiritual growth. By embracing both light and shadow, the soul comes to understand that duality is not something to be avoided but something to be transcended. In embracing duality, we come to realize that the opposites we experience are not separate, but interconnected. Love and fear, joy and sorrow, life and death are part of the same whole. By recognizing this unity within duality, the soul learns to embrace the full spectrum of experience, without attachment or aversion. The journey to non-duality. As the soul evolves, it moves beyond duality and into a state of non-dual awareness. In non-duality, there is no separation between self and other, between creator and creation. Everything is recognized as part of a single, unified consciousness. This realization is often described as the ultimate goal of the soul's journey, returning to the source from which it came, where all distinctions dissolve and only pure, undifferentiated awareness remains. Non-dual traditions, such as Advaita Vedanta in Hinduism or Dzogchen in Tibetan Buddhism, teach that the perception of duality is an illusion created by the mind. In truth, the soul is already one with the universe, and the journey is about remembering this oneness. The dualistic experience of life is a temporary phase, necessary for learning and growth, but ultimately, the soul's purpose is to awaken to its true nature as an expression of the infinite, undivided consciousness. The role of love in the soul's journey. Love is often considered the most powerful force in the universe, and many spiritual traditions teach that the soul's journey is, at its core, a journey toward love. Whether described as divine love, unconditional love, or simply the love that arises from recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings, love is central to the soul's purpose and evolution. Self-love and healing. One of the most important lessons on the soul's journey is the cultivation of self-love. In many ways, the soul's journey is a process of healing from past traumas, limiting beliefs, and the pain of separation from the divine. Self-love is the foundation of this healing process, as it allows the soul to recognize its inherent worth and divinity. Many people struggle with self-love due to societal conditioning, past experiences, or negative self-talk. However, as the soul progresses on its journey, it learns that true self-love is not based on external validation or accomplishments. Instead, it arises from the understanding that the soul, in its essence, is perfect and whole, regardless of the challenges it faces or the mistakes it makes. Through practices such as meditation, self-reflection, and inner child healing, individuals can reconnect with their true selves and cultivate a deep sense of self-compassion and acceptance. This self-love becomes the foundation for all other forms of love, as the soul cannot truly love others until it has learned to love itself. Love for others, compassion and service. As the soul grows in self-love, it naturally extends this love outward to others. One of the most significant milestones on the soul's journey is the development of compassion, the ability to recognize the suffering of others and to respond with empathy and kindness. Compassion is often described as the highest expression of love because it transcends the ego's desire for self-preservation and acknowledges the interconnectedness of all beings. When we practice compassion, we see beyond the surface-level differences that separate us and recognize the shared humanity or divinity in others. Many spiritual traditions emphasize the importance of service as a way to express compassion and love. Acts of service, whether through small acts of kindness or large-scale humanitarian efforts, allow the soul to live in alignment with its highest purpose. By serving others, the soul fulfills its role as a conduit of love, contributing to the healing and upliftment of the world. Divine love in union with the source. At the deepest level, the soul's journey is a journey toward divine love, the unconditional, all-encompassing love that flows from the source of all creation. This divine love is often described as the soul's true nature, and the journey of life is about remembering and returning to this state of pure love. Mystics across various traditions speak of experiences of divine union, where the soul merges with the divine and experiences an overwhelming sense of love, peace, and unity. This union is the culmination of the soul's journey, where all illusions of separation fall away, and the soul realizes that it has always been one with the divine source. In Sufism, this experience is referred to as fana, or annihilation of the ego, in which the individual self dissolves into the infinite love of the divine. In Christianity, this experience is often described as mystical union with God, where the soul becomes one with the divine presence. The endless nature of the soul's journey. While many spiritual traditions speak of an ultimate goal or destination, whether it be enlightenment, moksha, nirvana, or union with the divine, it's important to recognize that the soul's journey is, in many ways, endless. Even after achieving spiritual awakening or liberation, the soul continues to evolve, exploring deeper levels of consciousness, love, and creativity. The soul's journey is not confined to the limitations of time and space. It transcends our human understanding of beginnings and endings, stretching across infinite dimensions and lifetimes. As such, the soul's journey is a process of eternal becoming, where there is always more to discover, more to create, and more to experience. In this sense, the soul's journey is not about reaching a final destination but about embracing the process itself. The journey is the destination, and each step, no matter how small, is a meaningful part of the soul's evolution. By accepting this truth, we can approach life with a sense of wonder, curiosity, and gratitude, knowing that every moment is an opportunity for the soul to grow.